We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
I know I'm not the one. Don't fake it, well, you don't belong to me.
Hello and welcome to Direbird Adventuring Company. This is Tuesday night, so of course it's our Esper Genesis game. So Esper Genesis is of course 5th edition sci-fi. I am your GM for the evening, Jason. Playing with me tonight will be Sarah playing Kat, Taylor playing Danru, Anna playing Jade, Zach playing Francis, Eric playing Arden, and Patrick playing Hull. Only going to be a few of us on camera tonight, but, you know, that's alright. Now, who remembers...
Everybody has terrible bed hair, so they all didn't want to be on camera.
I did as well, but I'm just wearing a hat. Alright, so who remembers what happened last week?
Well, we leveled. That's an important part.
Yeah, it's a typical player answer.
But also, we got in touch. We boarded a ship. We had someone flip us the bird and kill herself. We then talked to the authorities about what we've been dealing with. And then apparently we may or may not have an ally now.
Oh, that's right. You did talk to one of the local constables. Well, excuse me, he was not local constable. He was the...
quote-unquote local.
Stationed locally, but yeah, he was part of the... the Accord Defense Force. The
Space pole.
Yeah, basically. Who had already made... When your names crossed his desk, he had already made notes of all the other odd incidents y'all have been in. And he's very curious as to what it's all about. You were very forthright with him. I don't think y'all really kept anything except your personal background secret from him. Did you tell him about the rainbow blood bit?
Yes, because we also showed the video of the person flipping us off and the rainbow leaving.
Okay. So yeah, he seemed to be fairly trusting you by the end of all that. You had salvaged the enemy ship. Which, by the way, having salvaged the ship... Where did I write it down at? The bulk of what you got from the ship was used for repairs on your own ship. Either, directly using the material or selling it and, using the money. But you came out to the good by 3,000 credits.
That's a number.
That's a nice number.
Let's see, you had the police or the local law enforcement were not keeping you for any particular reason. So after a day or two of repairs, and I believe installing some new equipment on your ship.
One missile launcher.
Yeah, we stole the missile launcher, and we more or less managed to scavenge one of the birds.
Right, you ran over the missile launcher and another one of the dual cannons, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Because the ship you fought was armed very similar to you, just with the addition of the missiles. And you did not steal those were salvage. Yours by right of combat.
See, under the Necromunda Clause 39.
Well, it's more under just basic salvage laws, Once somebody attacks you and you kill them, well, then the stuff's just, there to be salvaged. Alright, so yeah, we're headed back to, what was it? Casparilla. Or the station above Casparilla. To fill in Achille on all that you had been up to. The trip back is blissfully calm after all this.
Yay!
You have time to think and meditate on what you've done and what you've learned. You feel better equipped and more skillful going into the future. At least all of you that remember to level up.
I know how to hit things more with my pole arm.
That is a skill. You get a message from Achille as you're docking. Inviting you to dinner, which we may have covered last week. I don't recall for sure. And, asking several questions about how the ship is.
It's fine.
It's fine, boss. It's all fine.
It's got Windows added to it.
Oh, that's bad because it was running Mac OS before that. Alright. So y'all unload. It's, noonish. You've got several hours before you're supposed to meet Achille.
I have a feeling Jim just sends daily messages back to Achille they're messing up the ship again.
They've mounted this missile launcher on the front like a hood ornament.
Place of honor.
Yeah, it's great to have the weapon, but they're messing up the feng shui.
Hear me retching French. What?
Man, dude, your sound is still cutting in and out.
Yeah, I'm worried it may just a lot of things. It's not as bad when I was playing Zoom though. So
From our end, it's about the same.
Yeah.
my end, I'm actually hearing you more. So
Well, that's some kind of bump to the good then. All right, is there anything y'all want to do in the station? Anything y'all want to buy?
Did we want to split up those credits?
All right, so you said
Or-
3,000.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think right now we have 2,000 in the ship credit, or not 2,000, 200 in the ship pool.
all right, let's say
While y'all are sorting this out, I'll be right back.
okay. So what about 450 a piece and 300 in the ship?
That'll work.
We get how many each?
450.
It'd be 450
450.
because a traditional 6-way split would be 500 apiece. We each take 50 out from our split to put to the ship total. So
Right.
300 to the ship,
I'm okay with
450
that.
apiece.
Works for me.
Okay.
So that puts us at 650 in the ship pool.
Maybe looking at actually installing the additional weapons and others required and repairs.
I'm gonna pretend I knew what just happened there.
I heard something about repairs, maybe?
I want to actually see if I can use the ship money that we just got to, one, help repair it, and two, basically see about adding the guns that we acquired.
Okay, the repairs were handled before y'all headed back here. So the ship money you got, or what the money you got from the salvage, Patrick, was what was left over from salvaging that ship after the repairs and all the installation stuff were done. So yeah, Hull and Adrian have already installed the weaponry, probably.
Yep.
It was part of their leveling up to level 4. They had to install weaponry. Trying to see if there's anything fun to buy.
A lot of the fun stuff is 1,000 or more.
Yeah.
I'm pretty close.
Now
to
that being said, I think there is some kind of medical thing we need to get.
Yeah, there was that, what were those? things called
Healing
again?
ampule.
Y'all
I
had
think
discussed.
we had one left from the captured ship.
There
That's
had
good
been-
because they're expensive.
There had been some talk of stocking up on them, but
Hey, you know what? I think I'm just gonna stick with my power because 500 a pop is a little expensive for that.
Ooh. Yeah.
Good lord, yeah. It does 2d4 plus 2. Okay.
that does sound like a lot of money for a little bit of healing.
Yep.
I mean, if it's that or die, I suppose it's money well spent.
All right, are we pretending that restraints are like handcuffs?
Yes.
I would assume they'd be either handcuffs or leg shackles or that sort of thing.
All right, but they're clearly a form of clasp, band, clasp.
For the ship-to-ship thing?
I'm specifying this so that later, if we do a rope from ship to ship, I know whether or not these operate
Like handcuffs?
like handcuffs or, in such a way that I could connect myself to a rope so that I don't drift off into space.
But that takes the fun of being in space. Yeah, you can assume that they'll work like handcuffs.
Cool. I
I'm
buy 6 restraints.
And also, I'm looking at grapple gun. This item is 50 feet of strong and climbing cable coiled within its base. Be fired when tethered to any surface with a successful DC dexterity check. It solid and most when most non-metallic. Okay, that's not really important. That's just old-fashioned grapple talk.
How much is it?
500.
Oh, okay. That sounds rather useful. And welcome, Dragon Master, and of course, Bubba Y1, who is with us almost every week.
How's it going, Bubba?
So
So I don't think it'll be hard for me to find 6 restraints.
no. Any kind of baseline,
Cool. I'll dip
law
60 out of my
enforcement bounty
box.
hunter kind of facility or military surplus, or any kind of spot like that. Pawn shops.
On the other hand, another thing that's also $500 is a motion sensor, which might be useful for indicating any location of an object moving within 50 feet of you.
Sure did the guys in Aliens good.
Well, it's better to know there's something else is out there and not know it at all. Considering I think the highest base, passive perception we have is a 13.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's passive perception is super high. I mean, a couple of you have decent.
Cat is gonna restock on ammo and grab Space Cinnabon.
Okay. Do y'all split up to do this, or do y'all travel in groups?
Safety numbers.
So the whole big group of you moves from one spot to the other, or y'all just buddy system?
May as well do it as a group. They kind of are used to seeing us as a group on this station.
Okay.
Unless other folks want to do it elsewise.
What about the rest of you?
I have no particular qualms one way or the other.
Yeah, traveling in a group's probably safer, like you said.
Okay. So you spend several hours hitting various shops. In a lot of cases, the shopkeepers already know you. I mean, you know, y'all have bought guns and stocked up on ammo here before. You could probably buy the restraints in the same place. You know, if Patrick, if you decided to buy the grappling gun, that would probably be, I don't know, that'd be like an outdoor supply sort of thing.
This is future tech where spacewalks are a natural occurrence. You
Yeah.
probably have a ton of people going on spacewalks going, hey, this is my emergency, I'm drifting off into space, save me gun.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, you make a fair
probably
point.
a fairly regular thing to buy.
You're right. There's probably small ship supply shops that would have that kind of thing, along with any shop that would cover mountain climbing sort of things, and you know.
Mountain climbing, that, and also like the
Space.
magnetic boots would be the same kind of place.
So the mag boots were kind of expensive, weren't they?
The magnetic boots are crazy expensive.
Because they prevent you from being knocked over, I believe, correct?
Yeah, they do grant you,
They do a lot of help with zero G stuff.
and they give you some bonuses even out of zero G, as far as making you more stable.
Yeah, because that was one mistake we had with our entire ship inside the ship fight was we forgot it. We only used zero G when it was convenient because we said there were mag boots on all the suits.
Mm.
Cinematically convenient.
Yes.
Hey, I'm happy because that was like a clean 6,000 cubits expense that just got tossed over our heads.
Until Achille takes his stuff away from you. Then what are you gonna do?
Gonna go over to corner and cry.
Probably stab a floor. Hope I have an Esper power by then.
Dude, your healing stuff is your Esper power.
Hope I have a magnetic Esper power by then.
Well, you know, flies on the list somewhere.
Yeah, it did in fact buy the grappling gun. Considering I was the one that actually floated off, it made sense.
Mhm.
Nope. Here I am.
So you've done your shopping. You've done your Cinnabon.
Wait a second. One moment. I'll take a crowbar too. It costs 20 cubits.
Okay.
For opening doors.
Yep. Because it just lets me apply my strength to whatever will be allowed it to be applied to.
Because now there's no such thing as tied down you.
Okay.
Did
Alright.
the guy with the guns have any fun new guns out on display?
Oh, let's see. Y'all been gone a while. What might he have gotten in? What are you looking for? What would catch your eye?
I present to you the ZF-1.
A pistol of some kind.
What does he have?
Wow.
That would be hinky.
Now that I'm looking through the weaponry, the sniper rifle does not mess around on its range.
I know.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it's...
What's the range on it?
Now, I'm assuming the range is a min-max.
Yeah.
Or probably a
Yeah.
short range, max range, something like that.
Yeah, everything is divided into two range bands. There's more or less close range, which is most stuff is, and then there's your maximum range.
Okay.
So its maximum
So-
range is 2,000.
Yeah, its close range is 300, its max range is 2,000.
I need to shoot that guy 2 blocks over, please.
And in space, there's no bullet drop.
I mean, in space, you fire a bullet, and 2 years later, it might hit a ship. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
I got that right.
I actually have that on a shirt too. So.
There's really not a lot of options here for, as far as Hinky
Yeah.
said. They really just cut. I guess when the technical guide comes out, they'll have all kinds of stuff. But right now, it's just
No.
kind of basic stuff. So
Yeah. Oh, good lord.
Well, are there any flavors of ammo for pistols and rifles yet?
Don't believe there are. There's like grenade flavors. Ammo, I think, is just ammo.
so we get for playing a game so early that other stuff's not out for it.
Oh.
Oh well, he's got some heavy pistols.
One attack option you can go into, and for those of you who are known to Athens, Alabama, apparently a guy was just arrested for feeding a squirrel crystal meth, making an attack squirrel.
I did not catch any of that, man.
No.
Something
I
about Athens
thought-
and a man.
I thought I heard squirrel and meth.
You're correct. A guy was feeding a squirrel crystal meth to make it an attack squirrel.
Oh, I heard about that. I didn't realize it was
Why?
local, but yeah,
Yeah.
because it was seized with his other property.
Oh, wait. I know what I'm buying.
Are you
Sorry,
buying a
everybody.
space squirrel and some space meth?
I found out musical instruments are a thing in this game.
Yes, they are.
Guess what?
Are you proficient with any musical instruments?
I'll learn, damn it.
It's gonna be him, like, in the cargo bay with a bagpipe.
Nope. I'm getting a keyboard synthesizer.
Yes.
Because it's the future,
It is.
as seen in the 80s.
Okay. First off, not a keyboard synthesizer, a guitar. Get it right.
No, it's a keyboard synthesizer.
Yeah, I'm looking at the descriptions too.
And I have plenty of money to afford one, so long as I can find one.
The station's got music shops.
Heck yes, I have one keyboard synthesizer. Welcome to me having fun with my character.
Chopsticks being played in the cargo bay, like ding 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 ding.
It's the song of his people. Don't mock it.
I'm playing the songs of other people, so I don't embarrass my own culture.
Because if you embarrass somebody else's, those go, well, he's just a foreigner. He doesn't really know what he's doing. All right, so dinner time rolls around. You've done your shopping. You got you a snack up early in the trip. You have returned your stuff to the ship. Since if I remember right, even on station, y'all basically just live out of the ship.
It's cheaper that way.
Yep.
More or less.
So you make it to Achilles without any trouble. Oh yeah, I forgot. While y'all were shopping, what was your passive perceptions again?
13.
Lower
it's
than
gonna
that.
It's gonna be 13 until we get our net efficiency.
Yeah, okay.
Jade is 10. Francis has 12.
You're not certain. There's a few times during y'all's shopping spree when you think people may be paying attention to you. I mean, particular attention as opposed to just, well, there's a rather large group of armed people, of heavily armed people. One of the times, it's a bunch of kids that are, looking at their pads and looking up at y'all. Not like the little hooligan kid that was following you around before. These are like, kind of average teenager looking. But they don't approach you or really make any trouble. They don't hang around for too long. The other 2 times, you're not sure if the people are really paying attention to you or not. They just seem to linger. Maybe they were looking at something else in the store a little longer than you thought they should, or it might be nothing. You might just be being paranoid. But you don't spot anybody like following you when you head back to the ship or head to Achilles or any of that.
This group paranoid? No.
No, of course not.
There's no such thing as paranoia for this group. It's just, reasonable caution. Extreme reasonable caution.
It's not like we've had a death cult attack us every single time we've done anything.
Mm-hmm. And it's not like that death cult already had to get in line behind other people after you.
Speaking of cattle, check news.
Nobody was in line to kill me until the death cult.
Yes, but you are the exception to the rule.
Yep.
Literally
You're just now-
the exception.
You're just now guilty by association.
Oh, I mean, there's 5 different groups after me now. But the death cult was the first one.
Alright, what are you checking the news for?
Anything that would have been going on home planet. Or home station. Home.
Oh, there were a couple of riots in the poor areas. There was apparently some sort of food shortage based on problems with shipping, not with the actual production of the food. In business news, the family business is taking a bit of a hit because the information
Yeah.
Adrian got, did he leak that? He leaked that information, didn't he?
No.
Oh, he has not yet. Never mind then.
Nope. He's holding on to it.
I will withdraw that, and they are not adversely affected then. They're in the news some, in the business news some, but not in anything that strikes you as unusual.
Okay. She will join back up with the group.
So you make your way to Achilles' I'd hesitate to say estate because it's in a station, so it's not much of an estate. His mansion, anyway. As you approach it, before you get a chance to ring the doorbell, as you're approaching the door, Basil opens the door and welcomes you back in. Madam, sirs, welcome back. I heard there was quite a bit of commotion. I'm glad you all made it back in one piece. You are all in one piece, right? And it's like he starts checking you for cybernetics or something.
Cat does the thing where you hide your thumb behind your finger, like, oh god, I lost a thumb!
His passive perception is pretty good, so he just kind of... I hear those are easily replaced.
Yeah.
So he escorts you back to the dining room. You've been there a time or two by this point, so you're familiar with it. Nothing in the house seems to be different. As you walk in, Achilles stands up to greet you. Friends, I'm so glad you're back.
That's not what the tone of your voice says.
Well, I had been deeply concerned about I am glad you're back. I'm glad you're in one piece. I had some serious concerns about the ship when I heard what happened, but from what I've seen of the security footage from the dock, it looks like you patched the ship up nicely.
And we've all had a few improvements.
Yes, I thought I saw an extra weapon or two. Normally, I would not want my ship turned into, completely turned into a gunboat. But considering what you're running into, I can't object. I am disappointed that the professor's not going to be able to help us, though.
So about that.
Yeah, actually, you see me in a bit of a kind of hollow put up. You see like a little, like almost Wile E. Coyote sign. Is this room secure?
It should be, but give me a moment. He walks over to a section of wall, but when he touches it, it lights up like a, almost like a large data pad display. He hits a few buttons, waits 30 seconds or so. Yes, the room is clear of bugs.
Okay, she is giving us her full cooperation.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why we wanted to tell you this.
Especially considering they had a rather skilled hacker go in and delete all of the data that we brought her from her computer.
I see. Oh, so she had to start over?
No.
We had backups.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
I have backups of backups, are you kidding me?
It's probably a good method when you're dealing with whatever.
Considering
we're dealing
it's
with.
rather difficult to hack my brain.
Well, I've met espers that could probably do it.
Yeah, then I shoot them in the head. It's hard to think when you have a hole in your head.
This is true. It's hard to think when you have a hole in your period.
Yeah, it's easier than you think.
Ask me how I know. Well, that's good news then. How is she planning on getting the information to me?
One of her graduate students, someone trusted, but not directly involved, if I remember correctly.
And yeah, I think it was one of her former students or some such. Well, that is excellent. Had she figured anything out in the short time you were there?
Not that she relayed to us.
Partially because she was unfortunately you hear about the attack.
Mm-hmm. And no, she had not figured out much other than the language was an extremely complex one, where words could have different meanings depending on a lot of the language was dependent on context. So where Adrian's the language guide he was working on was certainly a useful tool, it could not be used to translate everything just kind of verbatim. Where his power would let him read, whatever.
But reading words and knowing the context of words are two different things.
Right. I mean,
he's still working on that.
His power would give him the exactly what was intended from any particular phrase. But the fact
But
that
if you wrote it down, we wouldn't know the context.
Right. If you ran into some of those same words later, they might not mean anything too similar. But the work he'd done so far was hugely helpful to her in figuring this out, giving her a good starting point. So anyway, he sit. We can continue discussing this while we eat. The food served is much better than what you've had on the Roustabout. While the food is not bad there, Jim is a very
It's not
utilitarian?
space mac and
basic
cheese.
cook. He doesn't do anything too fancy. Burgers, he can do a decent steak. Anything, pasta related is, though his ideal of pasta is something, more akin to Hamburger Helper than a homemade lasagna or Alfredo or any of that. Fettuccine.
I feel personally attacked here.
You and me both. You're talking to somebody that's used ramen noodles and microwavable meatballs to make spaghetti before.
Desperate times, man.
Gotta
Yep,
do what you gotta
it's
do.
what's in the
I
house.
mean, ramen noodles are basically just angel hair pasta.
Yep. You don't put the little flavor
Yeah.
pack on it, it works just fine.
Anyway, back to Fancy Feast.
No, don't call it Fancy Feast. Now it just sounds like cat food.
But you're playing cat.
Isn't that perfect for you?
That's it. I'm
No.
gone.
Meow, 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 meow.
No, that's the ship food when Jim's not around to cook for you.
Lots and lots of space TV dinners.
It's dry food because you can store this stuff forever.
Pretty much.
Bachelor chow. There you go.
Bachelor chow.
Makes its own gravy.
You can't prove it won't exist.
Also, Yanni is just roaming around.
And also, Soylent. How's it taste? That changes from person to person.
We can sit here and quote Futurama all day, probably.
Yep.
All right. So you eat. Achille asks you more details about, the fight itself. He assures you that in his experience, people will rarely intentionally crash their ships into you.
Well, we're 1 for 1.
Technically 1 for 3.
1 for 3. Well, the other 2 ships we didn't get into combat with.
Oh, we shot them down.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah. The
We killed those
the
people.
2 fighters.
Yeah. But I was considering them like part of the whole fight.
I was just considering on a ship by ship basis.
I'm sure they would have crashed into us if we hadn't blown up beforehand.
Well, I don't know, because fighters would not do a whole lot of damage to your ship, truthfully. I mean, it would be a decent attack, decent hit, but not anything too crippling. As opposed to getting hit by a ship almost your size. Let's see, what else does he ask?
I imagine we'd show him like all the security footage we'd grab during the
Oh yeah, and your own
Fight.
footage.
on the ship.
He is particularly fascinated by, because you had some recordings of the rainbow light. He said, we have got to figure out what these things are. Are they creatures? Is it just is it the manifestation of an esper power? What is this?
I've got a bit of something from out of left field as a theory, but that's about it for me.
There may
He looks surprised, but more by the fact that Dan Rue's making a baseball reference than anything. What's your theory, my
Popular
friend?
sport.
What's your theory, my
We're
friend?
human-sized. But with our original excursion being with them after the either technology or knowledge of that race that had adjusted, or the adjusters, I guess. What were we calling them? Do we have a name for them?
I don't know
yet?
that you ever given a name to them yet.
I don't think we do.
Well, the freshly discovered race moved the indigenous, those people, to the new land because of a giant space station.
The Crucible.
Thank you. Because a crucible was having something happen to it. This could be an emergence from a corrupted or a damaged crucible,
Mm-hmm.
forcing an oddity of esper powers that we have not seen before.
My one concern with that is how consistent it is.
Repeat that, Patrick.
my one, and actually this is something that Hull points out, my only issue with that is how consistent it seems to be. Because every situation we've seen that rainbow glow appear, but if it was an odd mutation as we have seen, would it be as consistent? Because even as experts go, there's a lot of variation.
Well, all these guys seem to be, at least in that physical appearance, all seem to be pretty much the same.
Correct.
Okay. So you're saying if it was some kind of random mutation because of a damage something, it seems odd that they'd all be so similar. Achille nods his head, and Danru's theory makes some sense, but what Hull points out is, it's also has to be taken into consideration.
Another thing that I noticed is that anytime we've tried to actually research this race, they seem to be very dedicated to preventing anyone from finding out about it.
Yes, we need to discover our enemy's motive. I mean, it's quite possible if they have access to some of this race's powers, some of this race's technology, then they might not want the tech, getting out into the wider public.
I have a random thought about that.
Oh, what's that, Adrian?
What if they're the race?
Well, the records
they're
you
just
found
trying-
on CDL...
And they're just trying to hide their presence.
That would certainly be a motive. Though the records you got from CDL 113 showed them as a humanoid species. Of course, if that light form is some sort of esper power, that wouldn't really...
Is it? I mean, they're rarely seen, of course, but I forget the name of their people, but there is a race that people from our age interact with that exist as energy and have to have a physical shell in order to interact with our world.
Yeah, this is true.
Usually their shells,
Yeah,
suit of some kind.
Yeah, they're
not
constructed.
meat.
Well, yes, but who's to say that the level of evolution that these people have undergone, even if they are these people that we're trying to find more about,
The layer.
have
The layer.
have allowed them to, instead of possessing suits that are built specifically for them, they possess other life and use them as suits instead in order to interact with our world.
It's a stretch, but it's certainly possible. I mean, if they were humanoid to begin with, that's an awful lot of evolution in a relatively short period of time. But crucibles could be involved, so it's certainly possible.
Yeah, both crucibles and the fact they already, what little we know about is they dabble heavily in genetic alterations anyway. They may have stumbled across something, some kind of grand discovery using a crucible. But all this will be conjecture unless we get some kind of...
Yes, obviously we need more proof. But
yeah.
though why would they have kept themselves secret for so long? I mean, their technology is equal to or superior to anything around here, or anything we have, current. So they shouldn't fear us, is what I'm getting at.
Cat's just listening to all of this happily eating fancy desserts.
At some point, Achille actually points out, Kat, Francis, Jade, do you have any opinions on this?
Like spoon halfway to mouth, like, I mean...
Yeah, that's exactly
all
what I
of
was
them
about to say. She just kind of freezes halfway with something halfway in her mouth and just kind of looks around stunned. What?
And I any of these are possible.
Right now, we don't have a lot of information to go on, so this borders on just wild conjecture. I'm not the smartest guy around, so
Danru will stare at the lizard man. Did you just steal my word without knowing what it meant?
Do you actually know what that word means?
That word you just used. I'm not sure it means what you think it means.
Francis stares dead on at Danru, then just slides his plate off the table. Oh, I just made a huge mess. Excuse me. And he goes up, just leaves the table to really quickly get something to clean it up with. Just extricate himself from that particular conversation.
Achille
Jade
just looking at
sighs
you.
and hides her face in her hands.
Achille just watches Francis as he leaves. I think our friend there may have some social anxiety issues. Try not to trigger him.
I should not have. I should have just let that slide. That's my apology, sir.
I mean, the number of people that are shooting at us, it could be any one of these things.
It's all something to keep in mind for the moment. But I have not been just lazing around, enjoying my retirement while you have been gone. I mean, there's been some of that, but you know. And he reaches over on the table. He hits a spot on the table, and it brings up a little pad. The portrait up on the wall above him blanks out, and becomes a screen. And he shows you some still shots. Looks like it was probably taken from a video, not a real high quality video.
It's only an 8K.
Yes, I mean just plebeian. Somebody took it with their smartphone, But it appears to be wall carvings. These were sent to me, 20 years ago, I suppose. While I was still doing the show. Some of the writing, not all of it, but some of the writing seems to match up with the language we've discovered from the record.
Let's see. Adrian takes a look at it. What does it say?
Some of it is gibberish. Some of it appears to be just numbers. Do you have any navigation, astrogation, whatever they call it?
He is proficient in astrophysics.
Well, astrophysics is a little different than putting a...
He's looking for the equivalent of navigation, I believe.
Yeah, for the space stuff. I mean...
From reading through the book, I think astrophysics is what gets used for navigation.
Okay, he may do it. Because you don't really have a piloting skill either.
Yeah.
It's based off some of your stats and stuff. Well, so much like in Star Wars, anybody can potentially sit down and pilot and be halfway useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely enough then for you to recognize what may be coordinates. The trick is the film is kind of close, so you're not getting entire sentences. You're just getting this little block of text.
Do you have any more images?
No, this was sent by a fan. It was out of a quarry that was being abandoned on this world. He kind of looks around for his name. Well, I don't have the name written down at the moment. I will find it for you, though. But anyway, it was sent by a fan years ago. I would get a lot of things like this. We did not have we didn't have the resources to follow up on everything. And sometimes it would be fans faking things to try to get us out, either to pull one over on us or for a chance to meet us. But I had the computer go through and start searching through some of my old files to see if anything would crop up. And it matched several of these words matched up, so it brought it to my attention.
I'll say Adrian pulls out a data pad, completely translates the entire image, and then slides it over to Achilles, and then goes back to eating.
Interesting. Some of it seems to be.
It's coordinates for a destination.
Yes, but it doesn't seem to be the entire. It's like you didn't get the entire coordinate, you know.
Like it's in this state, but we don't know what country it is.
It's almost like we get to go to a destination to get information on a destination we get to go to.
Yeah, something like that.
Does Danner actually say that?
Yes.
Achille looks at him. Funny you should bring that up. I have located the. As I said, it's not in my. I don't have it in my notes currently, but yes, I traced back where this came from, where this quarry is. I have not done any searching. What do they call their internet? The sim.
Yes.
The sim, yeah.
You know, I've done no searches on the sim about this place, as I don't want any of our enemies to notice I've taken an interest in this place.
Well, what do you want searched? I can do it.
Well, there's no need for that quite yet. My plan, if you're willing to go along with it, I have a acquaintance really, with very limited connection to me, that is going to post a job on the job boards tomorrow. If you go to him and take this job, he will be hiring you for a security detail, claiming that some miners are being harassed on this planet. He's got this whole cover story. He'll fill you in on that. But it's all simply a cover to get you there. If our enemies are watching, well, they've seen you do side jobs unrelated to me before. It is my hope that they will assume that's what this is. While you are doing that, I will begin, noticeably researching other places to, further attempt to draw their attention away.
It's gonna head up now for a sec.
I didn't catch much of that, but I think he said he'd be back in a second.
Well, if it works, it works, I guess.
I will, of course, pay you for your troubles.
I would hope so.
Through my acquaintance. He'll be hiring you for a job and paying you.
I was kind of hoping it would just be you called someone over there, sent a few qubits, and they took pictures of it. But oh well.
I don't know who to trust, but I trust you. He's looking right at Danru when he says it, and then kind of realizes, I trust all of you, of course.
No, that was
a both wise and foolish notion, while sipping his drink.
Well, I trust that you are not part of, I trust you're not part of whatever force is opposing me.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
I'm not saying Basil doesn't count the silverware once you've left, but he says that just as Basil's walking by, and Basil's. I assure you, I do not. The household AI handles that.
In my mind, stealing the ship would be a much greater gain than stealing some silverware.
Fair enough. He goes, although that is part of why I put Jim on the ship. Early on, it's not really a factor now. You've gained some trust. But anyway, this is This is really the only lead I have for you to pursue at the moment. I am looking into getting back into contact with some old acquaintances, or old contacts, truthfully. Some of which I'm hesitant to reacquaint myself with, but
Well,
hopefully
as
this
per
will pan
times.
out. And about that time, Basil comes back with the dessert course, and you all go back to paying attention to the food for a bit. Before you leave for the evening, is there anything else you want to bring up to Achille? Anything you want to ask him?
Do we want to tell him about the guy that we were working with when we brought the ship back to
I guess
Saturday?
we could tell him about Space Pole investigating us slightly, because that will probably get him involved, since they know we took a job from him.
Okay. What was that guy's name?
Yes.
He was human. It was
Something.
Brian Short, I think.
I don't have his name.
I've got a Brian Short written down on my list. I'm going to assume that's who it was. Or maybe that was the owner of the Guiding Star, which was the ship y'all fought and salvaged.
Oh, I'm glad I had a name.
I think that was the guy that owned the ship. So wasn't that one of the names in the journal?
It may have been. The name's written down close to Guiding Star, though. I don't know if you can see, but my notes are not like well organized. I just jot down as it occurs to me. Might have also been Andrew Allen, because that's another name. Irregardless, by the next time y'all run into him, I'll have checked our footage and found out what I called him. But anyway, you decide to fill Achille in on him?
I feel like it'd be
May as
good.
well, yeah.
That could... Well, I don't really know if that's good or bad. It could complicate things. On the other hand, if they know you're being targeted, then you could probably call them in for help quicker.
Yeah,
Oh well, we'll
we've
just have
got-
to see how that works out.
Got a decent record with him because he knows that we didn't attack first, so.
And if he's got all the records, he'll know that you helped the constable down on Casparilla.
Yeah.
On a rather large drug bust, so...
Yeah. All hope is that it doesn't bite us in the back.
Well, hopefully he won't dig into your backgrounds too thoroughly.
He's got...
He is not looking at
Roughly
Danru
enough.
when he says that.
Oh. I was going to mention he has 160 years of dirt to dig through, but alright.
He was a farmer, he had a lot of dirt.
Alright. So you head out for the evening. Nothing noteworthy happens on your way back to the ship. You get to the ship. Jim's in the cockpit doing some sort of diagnostics. Oh, hey guys, how'd dinner go?
It was a thing. It happened.
Do you ever leave the ship?
Yeah. Sometimes.
It kind of
Don't
gives
listen
this
to her,
look of
Jim. You're
doubt.
perfect the way you are.
I'm not saying he's not perfect. I'm just like, I think this man like is physically bound to this ship.
Well, it's my responsibility, so I do take it kind of serious.
Yeah,
And I don't.
don't mind me.
I've never really lived on this station, so it's not like I have a bunch of acquaintances out on the station. I mean, beyond Achille and Basil. So what's the battle plan now?
We're going to a planet under the cover of protecting some miners, like rock miners, not young people.
Oh, I was about to ask.
And
I mean, depending on the planet's labor laws, you never know.
yeah, I mean,
could be
they could be
both.
minor miners. Then we're taking photos of carvings, hopefully, if they're still there.
No, that sounds super exciting. I'll stay on the ship. I like my wide open spaces, my open sky. I don't really do caves and mines and stuff. Got temporarily trapped in a cave in early in my working with Achille. Other cameramen had to handle that the rest of the time. Not that I'm claustrophobic.
Of course not.
You're just not dumb.
Exactly. Alright, so sure enough, the next morning, the job Achille told you about crops up on the job board.
And we snatch it up.
Okay.
Like hungry, hungry pigeons.
Like seagulls going after french fries.
Sure enough, it says, there's been some harassment of these miners on this planet, and the planet is extremely far away, but it's only a system or two over from a crucible. So you'll have that couple of day trip to the next closest crucible, and then the bulk of the travel will be done by jumping from crucible to crucible.
Gonna get a lot of synthesizer practicing.
Sweet. I get to practice not synthesizing.
He gets very good at playing Take On Me, but it's all he can play.
Do you need other things played?
On a synthesizer, no.
Okay. Glad we have this covered.
Just echoes through the ship all hours of the day.
And night, because there's really no night and day on a ship. But anyway, the job's worth a couple of $1,000. There's, all the fake background. You contact the guy, and there's a whole communication chain where he asks details on you, and you could undoubtedly ask what would be reasonable questions for this sort of job.
Are they really minor miners or just miners?
Just miners. The labor laws on the planet are pretty standard.
Good to know.
The population of the planet is kind of a mixed bag. It's not a planet that ever had real major colonizing efforts made. You've just had kind of small batches of folk show up. The population is pretty low. There's only about 100,000 people on the entire planet. It's got a, typical Earth environment, close to Earth gravity, which is pretty similar to all your major races, Most of your major races breathe more or less the same stuff, handle about the same gravity.
Sorry, I had a phone call.
No problem. Basically, Patrick, they just finished up the meal with Achille. He has somebody posting a job the next day with his whole cover story, so y'all can go check out this abandoned quarry and these stone carvings that appear to have space coordinates on it, and some of the alien race's language, though not everything matches up with that language, and some of the stuff appears to be gibberish.
Did we have a secure way to get anything back to the professor? Or no?
I forget exactly what kind of dead drop system she had set up. But yeah, it would be through go-betweens, people you could go physically talk to. It's like the grad student and probably somebody on the Casparella station. Through false names and dark web kind of stuff. We'll be in communication with each other. And the professor talks to her guy on her end, and y'all can talk to y'all's guy on y'all's end. But, going to and physically talking to, so there's no electronic communication for them to tap into.
Never mind, then.
But
Maybe
it is
once
not
we get more pictures.
Achille has not got his end set up yet, because, he just found out about it at dinner. So you've accepted the job. It pays a couple of $1,000.
Let's go be miners.
So yeah, you spend a few days traveling. The eggheads can tinker on whatever. Danru can practice his synthesizer skills.
Now, don't do too much of that. We'll get demonetized.
Sorry.
I don't know. The way his audio breaks up, I don't think Twitch would even notice it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at my own voice connection. I see it going from red to green constantly. So I don't know.
Gonna form a prayer circle for his mic connection.
I actually have a really nice headset. My main concern is the laptop I'm using. It was the display model, and I'm worried it may not be that best one. I got a G levels on it. I bought it.
Why did we change to a space background?
Because y'all traveling through space. And I'm tired of looking at the logo.
Uh-huh.
No,
like
I'm actually serious.
Insight.
I'm actually serious. I'm just tired of looking at the logo.
Like to roll insight on the DM.
I'm truthfully a little proud of myself that I made you this paranoid.
I'm just generally paranoid of all DMs. As a DM,
I just assume when we change maps, it's because we're using the map.
Also, that and pretty much any place we go, you're constantly rolling things like, oh, don't worry about it.
Some of that may just be to make you paranoid. I mean, none of it so far, but at some point in the future, some of it may just be to make you paranoid. The trick is you've been followed around on Casparella Station before.
Yeah.
So there's people there keeping eyes on you.
Mm-hmm.
But, leaving the station, you don't notice any ships, leaving and following you, or leaving and, casually staying, in y'all's general direction. Travel to the next closest, or to the closest crucible goes without incident. You know, you show up, you communicate with the flight controllers. Who, you know, you've used this crucible several times recently, so you know, nothing hinky goes there.
So we've been upgraded to the wet dock, where you can have drinks while you drive. They had to figure out a way to use the nautical term. They found the best way to use the nautical term.
Alright. So your travel through space passes uneventfully. You know, it's
amazingly uneventfully.
Yay!
Yay!
You know, I mean, you're paranoid. You're paranoid. You keep a lookout all the way through.
All the cool stuff is happening on the other end of the galaxy.
But
for now.
Well, it turns out there's only 3 groups of PCs running around in this galaxy, and Fate can only focus on one at a time.
Wasn't our week.
But anyway, so you're traveling fairly quickly. You're not really stopping at any of these stations or stopping at any of these crucibles. You pretty much just bamf in and then bamf to the next one. You do have to stop and resupply. You know, once during this journey. Or, I shouldn't say resupply, your food stores are fine, but refuel. And eventually you arrive at your destination. Let's see. I need a random planet name. Where's a random planet name generator?
Say any word and add Uween onto it.
Biruni. Did I get out again?
No, you're here.
No, I mean, mostly you were still here.
Okay.
I think I caught what you said. Vaguely.
Edis.
Yeah,
We'll go with Edis. E-T-I-S, Edis.
That's one of the dwarf planets out in our system, isn't it? Is that Iris what I'm thinking about?
No, there's no orc planets. There are no orcs in the setting. Exactly. At least I don't think so. I mean, you do have lizard people, so...
No, dwarf planet as in it's actually like a planet that exists in our solar system.
Oh, okay.
So you mean there's no race running around just going, "Wah!"
It could be. You don't know.
You need to pronounce it correctly. Wah! Get it right.
Yeah, I don't care.
Anyway, so you arrive at Edis. There is no space station in orbit around this planet. There's really a very low number of satellites, even. You know, just enough to keep communication, you know, more or less worldwide. There is only 4 or 5 major cities. And none of them are really major by your standards. You know, all of you guys are pretty cosmopolitan. Denru spent a lot of time on colonies, so he may be used to smaller towns, but he still travels a lot and sees the bigger ones. Like I said, the entire population of this planet is only like 100,000. So, you know, a big city on this planet might be 15,000, 20,000 people. So you land planet side. Much like on Casparella, the spaceport is basically a big dirt patch. At least at the town closest to the quarry. You know, it is not one of your It is not one of the larger cities. There is a there is a job contact for you there. As he approaches, it's a another human. Just because that's so much easier.
Cat's keeping a lookout for any pickup trucks driving up or space El Caminos, motorcycles, anything like that.
I was gonna watch out for the space El Caminos.
He is in the. He drives up in the equivalent of like an SUV.
Space UV.
It's actually wheeled. The wheels look like they're clearly designed for on road and off road. Unlike on Casparella, though, it's not old and beat up and look like, it does not look like it's held together with baling wire and duct tape. The overall feel you get of this place is maybe it's a little more prosperous.
They actually got the drugs started.
Maybe so. Or it's just more mineral rich. If you remember, Casparella is minerally poor, fairly poor. Their big thing is agriculture. But he walks up and greets you. Hey, I'm Cody. I'm going to be your guide while you're here. Get you out to the quarry and all that.
Howdy, Cody.
You got to protect those miners.
Yeah.
So many miners.
They need protecting.
And then there's the miners. The ones that get rocks.
He just looks
quiet, but just
right.
Why do you want
Well, anyway, we can load up in the tracker back here. Walks you back to the vehicle. Francis, you notice him kind of giving you the side eye every chance he gets. He's not staring,
Francis
but he
gives-
just keeps finding excuses to look at you.
does
Francis
anyone else
gives
notice
a,
this?
an attempt at a disarming smile the next time he looks at him.
Basically, Francis just snarls at him.
Give me a roll on that.
Like an insight roll.
Oh yeah, you can go ahead and give an insight roll if you want to, Backer. Yes, Cat, you notice. Like I said, he's not just staring or doesn't appear to be trying to be rude, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna make perception too. I'm gonna roll for perception for J2, see if she noticed.
okay.
Cat doesn't say anything, but she might just keep a little bit closer eye on Cody boy there.
Jay don't notice nothing.
And was that a charisma roll you wanted to give me?
And to be fair, it's probably for the best.
Is that a charisma roll you wanted me to do? We kind of broke up for a second.
Well, I just said give a roll. I didn't even name a skill, which I guess was not helpful at all.
We're just gonna assume perception or something. Oh, insight
Whoa.
is wisdom. If you wanted him to, I thought you said insight.
What are you looking for?
Nothing.
Are you trying to come off as friendly?
Yeah, just trying to come off as friend.
Yeah, give me persuasion then. When you bury
Too
your
much teeth,
fangs
too much
at him,
teeth.
he kind of gives a start. Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to stare. And kind of hurries on to the vehicle.
What?
Good job, Francis. That's how you do it.
Making friends and influencing people.
You people are nuts.
I'm guessing Adrian actually said that in character.
Yeah.
It's true.
Mhm.
Once you are loaded up in the vehicle, he drops the pretense of there being miners or anything. Okay, so I'm supposed to drive y'all out to the old abandoned quarry
Correct.
and let y'all poke around some.
Pretty much.
All right.
Just picturing like 4 heavily armed people squeezed like shoulder to shoulder in the back of an SUV.
Luckily, it's an SUV. It's fairly roomy.
Not with like armor and all of your weapons.
We have Dandruff strapped up.
I'm a bike.
It's got a storage compartment up top
Okay.
that most of your gear can go into. I mean, it's a tight fit, certainly, but you're not just, freakishly uncomfortable or anything.
I'd say Adrian is probably stretched out on somebody.
Like dives into the back seat once everyone sits down.
Pretty much.
So it's about an hour drive or so, out of this town. Before he finally pulls up to the quarry. And this is the layout of the quarry.
It does indeed look like a quarry.
Mm-hmm.
He tells
Yep.
you, Cody tells you, yeah, this place has been abandoned for a while now. 15 years or so. I don't know exactly.
Any particular reason it was abandoned?
Just wasn't that not prosperous, profitable. It was like a small startup that was starting to work on this one, and about the time they got in here good, the vein they thought they were tapping into wasn't as big as as predicted, and some competition on the other side of town, I think, opened up a much bigger, more professionally done one. What little bit of research I did, that's all it really turned up.
How far down is what we're looking for?
Oh, you can have you a fair walk. It's like a 10-minute walk. Once you get in there. Now, I haven't been in myself. It hadn't been a. It's far enough away from town that nobody really wanders out here. I mean, some kids tried to have a rave here a few years back, but
Any wildlife living in there now?
Giant mammoth lizard.
Like I said, I have not been here myself. I just looked up the information on it. I know where the place, knew where the place was at, so I can get you here.
Just figured I'd ask.
And I point down here, that's the entrance.
Yeah, that's the entrance. It's a good 25, 30 feet down to the bottom, from the top here.
Thankfully, there's this convenient path.
Well, if you're digging a quarry, you got to be able to get your stuff in and out.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, has everybody dropped their?
There's 6 there.
Okay. Well, there wasn't at first, and then you dropped that while I was talking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Give me a marching order. Not that it's important.
Not that it's important.
Thank you. He says it's not important.
Me too.
I'd recommend the tank up front.
Which is where the tank is at.
He doesn't know what I look like.
Well, you know, that's fair. He might not.
Hmm.
Is that a cat?
Yep.
Everybody's
She was
got
very
cats.
demanding about attention, so she's getting attention.
But not the attention she wanted,
But the attention she deserves.
pretty much. She's being snuggled.
Alright. So you come down. You're impressed there's handrails.
OSHA compliant. This is amazing. They don't even have this on some
Mm.
stations.
Sposha is impressed.
OSHA.
Now, let's see, there's 6 of y'all, so a D6 will do fine.
Who does the sniper shoot?
There is no sniper. Alright. As you'll notice here, there are... It's like the earthworks gave away a little bit here, and they had put, wooden planking down. The wood looks old, Danru, but as you're passing over it, it seems to be holding you, so...
So obviously I put complete faith in it.
Yeah.
Well, you step carefully. It seems to hold you up. I'm gonna move y'all up there, but keep the marching order.
Yeah, I'd recommend one at a time across that.
One at a time. Francis, as you're crossing, give me a dex save.
Nice.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Francis just backflips across.
You see him, he's standing up top of, he's like standing up on his tail, doing like a Zen position.
Actually, one of the boards snaps under his weight. But yeah, as he starts to fall over, he's kind of able to catch himself with his tail just a little bit. So he does not wind up falling off. Or falling completely through.
Oh, hey, careful. Some of the boards are a little rotten.
I think it's just you.
I'm offended.
I think your friend just
When are
called
you
you a
not?
chunky boy.
An absolute unit.
A big honker.
Oh lord, he coming.
The big chungus.
Lord Chungus.
I
had
gorged
bullets.
myself on the ship's ice cream rations once, and suddenly I'm the fat ass.
Wait, there was ice cream?
The ship has ice cream rations?
There was.
Okay,
I thought you guys
get-
knew. We just walked down to the kitchen one night. He's just down there covered in ice cream.
Francis has gotten so fat that people are mistaking him for a snake because his arms are covered.
I feel like a gecko stores all of his excess fat like in his tail.
That's how he was able to catch himself so well with it.
No, or he just can't. Like he can walk indoors just fine. His tail catches.
Alright, so y'all get around to the next little set of boards. And Danru, you pass over without any trouble. Francis, you don't break any of them this time. Jade and Hull get across just fine. Adrian, give me a Dex save as you're crossing. Wow, you guys are getting all your good rolls out early. The board isn't rotten so much as it's just loose. And just the way you step on it, it shifts, and you just for a second think you're going to lose your balance, but you know, you catch it. Cat, you see that and have no trouble avoiding that board as you cross. So if you would move yourselves to, about here.
About where?
About here. You know, somewhere in that general area. You know, in your marching order. As you get there, let me see, what was your...
Just more dice rolling, nothing to be alarmed about. Nothing.
Oh, no, this is to be alarmed about. I mean,
retract
for
my
the
statement.
players, the characters are completely non-alarmed.
That can mean a lot of things, and I don't like any of them.
Surprise, boulders.
Again.
A rock falls, the party dies. That's how that works.
Usually that's
Nothing
after you're in the
more.
cave, but I wanted to mix things up. Now, basically, you are caught by surprise as this, we'll call it a creature, has blended into the... It's in the entranceway of the quarry, and with its coloration, it blends into the dirt and the rocks pretty well. It's got a very... I don't want to say scaly, but it's got a kind of a very rough...
Like shark sandpapery skin.
Yeah, something like that. It is a 6-limbed creature, which, from what little bit you've studied of this planet, is not unusual in this ecosystem.
Alright, everyone gets a leg.
Oh, this planet is just full of highly evolved creatures. Got it.
Why are we here?
Why
Right.
are we lowly 4 appendage creatures here?
Somebody's
Yeah,
got to bring
there's-
down the property value.
There was some paperwork mixed up. Quickly, Francis, take these arms, extra arms to your body.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Take these extra arms to your body.
Still,
Still
I
didn't
don't
get
think that's how that works. He wants you to tape extra arms to your body.
Well, he's got a tail, so that's at least one more appendage. It's built... It's a large creature.
It's Big Chungus.
It is kind of big. Yeah. Let me put that on the token layer.
Not that guy again.
That's probably going to be my generic monster token. Oops. There we go. Because I poked around and I could not find good artwork for this guy. it's built kind of, like I said, it's large, but it's built kind of squat and broad. It's got a flat, almost frog-like face. As far as you know, the mouth is freakishly wide. It's got multiple horns. 2 that face forward and look like they could actually be used like as weaponry. The other 2 kind of curl back slightly and are considerably smaller. The back legs fold up a lot like a frog's, where the front ones are heavily muscled, and all of them are clawed.
I'm sure this is a very docile, polite creature.
It just springs out of that hole, or out of that entryway, leaping a good 20 feet.
Is Cody still up there?
He stayed with the
Or he
vehicle.
abandoned us?
Let's see.
Catches us to be like, you couldn't just mention this. It was like 10 feet inside the doorway.
But it leaps and hits the ground running. It gets about here. Let's see. Even I'll start from this side. Odd, I'll start from the other. Alright. So, Hull, Jade,
Yes.
and Francis. I need... Let's see. Constitution saving throws. If you would be so kind.
Don't be kind. He can't complete whatever he's doing if you're not kind.
Question.
Ooh.
What is the save against?
Damage.
Just basic damage, so it's not poison or anything like that. I'm asking because
It's thunder. So it opens its mouth
Okay.
and lets loose some sort of sonic attack.
I have advantage against like poison and disease. That's what I had to ask.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get you. No, it's not poison or disease based.
All right.
Alright,
Francis.
so... Francis fails miserably. Jade and Hull pass quite well. Alright, let's see. Alright, do I have one more of these? Yes. No, that's 10. Oh, well. I'll make do. Alright, Francis, you take 11 points of damage.
Ooh.
And you are deafened.
What?
Exactly. The other 2 of you, Jade and Hull, you take 5 points of damage. And are not deafened. The ears are ringing pretty good. It was a good loud little something.
Oh, tinnitus.
Probably
You
echoed
mean
really good
tinnitus?
quarry.
Do what now?
Probably echoed really nice in the quarry too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. That would have been a great excuse to make it a bigger area of effect. Oh, well.
No, you don't need that now. No.
Oops. Don't need the die roller.
Oh, what, we're doing turn orders? We can't just talk this thing out of it?
It appears to be an animal. You're not certain that it's of human level intelligence.
I would like to negotiate with a horrible hellspawn.
Don't forget to click on your pog before you roll your initiative.
My initiative actually went up last level. How do I edit the sheet? Oh, here,
If-
never mind.
The sheet should automatically edit itself.
I'm using a separate sheet. I don't use the one you gave me.
Okay.
Avatar. That's not what I need.
Yeah, let's see. Pull up whole sheet. So what is your initiative
Well,
now,
after you-
Patrick? Or your initiative modifier now?
It's +1. That's at +2, I'm sorry.
You said +1?
It went up by 1, so that's 2.
Okay.
So, but, so I have 16.
Okay.
And I'm 6.
Oh, yes, and then I need to roll for the critter.
That's not what I needed.
Let's see.
Aha, here it is. That's,
If you right-click your icon, you can add your turn in there, and then add your initiative.
oh, you're already in there.
Alright, so top of the order. Oh, man, my monster goes last.
Man. No, he doesn't go last. I go last.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just don't
hate
get put on the turn. You just never put me on the turn order. I just
If
have to
you-
wait every
Well, if
time.
you click your pog and roll, it's not an issue.
I did. Last time I didn't, and it still threw me up there. It does random weird things.
Mm-hmm.
The 6, by the way.
Alright, so my critter goes second to last. I feel better. Top of the order is Adrian.
You're muted.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide what to do.
I thought he was deafened.
That's obnoxious.
No, that's Francis.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
come back here and gonna shoot a spray beam at it.
As we all know, creatures of the wild hate lemon lime.
It's the citrusy.
It's too
Alright,
acidic.
so that was a
Effervescent.
13 to hit it.
Chain.
That would
Yeah.
be a miss.
Okay. And Yanni will sort of zoom over here and also miss.
Consistency. I like it. Okay, Francis, it's your turn.
Alright. Friend just screams, "Oh, screw this!" And I hope to God an 18 hit.
Yes, 18 hits.
So do I.
Alright, and I'm also gonna burn a stunt die to use Flash Burst. Upon a successful hit from a melee or ranged attack, you can unleash a burst of energy upon the target. You add the stunt die to the attack's damage roll, and the target must make a dexterity saving throw or become blinded until the end of its next turn. And I'll just go ahead and paste that right there. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So, rolling for damage. And that's 10 plus 1d8.
All right, what
That's
kind of
11
damage?
damage.
What kind of damage are you doing?
It's a burst of energy.
Okay.
and they need to make a dex save or they're blinded until the next one.
The deck save is a. Oh wait, that's actually one of his. 20.
That'll pass.
I'll be right back.
All right. Jade.
I'm going to shoot it with my sniper rifle.
God help us all.
Yeah, really.
Nice.
That's definitely a hit.
Of course. Why
Forget it
did I
is high-
expect anything less?
It is high velocity, so remember that. Oh, it's plus. Yeah, you rolled 1. Okay.
It's rough.
Yep.
It's
Well,
rough,
y'all
buddy.
rolled so good on the saves. Bad things just had to happen later.
Yep.
Hole, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and, considering it lasts just one area effect, I'm going to go ahead and release. I'm going to back up a bit. And I'm going to give Danaru, Francis, and Jade. I'm going to pop my aim bots on them.
Okay.
You're all +2 to hit and +2 to saves.
Nice.
All right.
And you've basically got your back up against the wall of the quarry. Cat, you're up.
It's more like, hey, you guys. Well, truth be told, I'm actually kind of tanky for years. But still.
Cat's gonna shoot a gun.
That's a hit.
7 damage. And just for the shits and giggles of it, she's gonna bonus action, scoot over a little bit, and try to blend in with the wall. She's not that good at blending in with a wall.
Quebec.
He sees you. Let's zoom in a little bit.
So sees me. She's like sitting at the wall, like.
Alright, then it's my boy's turn.
It's not my turn.
Mother boy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let's see, when does he get to use his shout again? This round, if he wanted to. Nice. However, he's going to try something else. He jumps here.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. The back 2 legs, the middle 2 legs, grab the lip of the ledge you're standing on. And are like kind of scrambling. You can hear the back 2 legs also kind of scratching at the wall, trying to pull himself up. Where those front 2 legs are making attacks. So first claw on Danru. Does a 14 hit you, Danru?
No.
Second claw on Francis. Or no, I'll take that back. The second claw is on Jade. Does a 14 hit Jade?
Her armor class is 14.
So it's a yes.
No.
We gotta get. Damn it.
Let's see. 12 points of damage.
Ooh.
And then it tries to bite Francis.
No.
Natural 20 on the dice.
No.
I'm sorry.
Poor Francis.
I'm sorry.
And then Francis thinks, oh, not my nuclear center.
It's because I ate all that ice cream, isn't it?
Karma's a bitch.
He just smells so sweet. Alright, where's the... Oops. One of them flopped off my board. Alright. 16. 17. 22 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
Well, you know, it's a crit. Oh! We're getting raided. Once again by
my
Curious
goodness.
Crafts.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of tentacles.
It is, it is.
I've seen where this is going.
Alright. Francis is unconscious.
No.
Already?
Yep.
Did you roll your HP for last
Yep.
level? Damn. Oh yeah. That you got hit for. Yeah.
Pretty solid hits.
Because he failed one already, too.
Yeah, it's like
He
12
got
and
critted.
22, which is more than I
Yeah.
can take.
Okay, guys. So we gotta kill this thing.
Had he already? Oh, that's right. He got hit. He got hit by the shout the first time.
Yep.
That's right. If only he had somebody that could heal him sitting next to him.
Yeah, if only.
If only I could stabilize him immediately next turn.
Are we sure we want to do that? He did eat all the ice cream.
I mean,
Maybe
it's not like this group is mostly made up of vicious criminals who hold grudges, so...
I don't know what you're referring to.
Eventually you explode like all the enemies we've been fighting, except instead of a rainbow comes out Neapolitan.
it's Neapolitan ice cream.
Alright, so is that all of its actions?
Yes, it is all of his actions for the round, and then it's Danru.
And it's my action. It is time for the Polearm Master to use his polearm.
Or you could heal Francis.
Nah, Francis is fine.
I took Polearm Master, I'm using it at least once. So I'm gonna swing my glaive.
Alright.
Bad swing. So I'm gonna now use my Polearm Mastery and swing the other end of my glaive. Wow, this game hates me.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You got
That
the
is-
exact same roll.
On both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You rolled a
that's-
1 both
that's
times.
No.
Oh, you
I
rolled
rolled
a
a
1
1 and a 3.
Yeah.
And then I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Ugh.
Oh, I see. I wasn't even paying attention to the second roll.
Maybe he needs a mulligan on that one.
No, I mean, it's what happened. It
No,
looks
it's-
like absolute garbage.
Well, you know, roll 20 will do that, but then you'll get 20s in a row sometimes. So.
I get to sit here and be worthless.
Welcome
But
to
not
the
for
club.
lack of trying.
Alright, Adrian.
Bonus action. Activate Symbiont Mark. Give him disadvantage on Constitution rolls. He's going to fire another Sprite Beam at it.
Okay. That's
22. For 7 damage.
Okay.
And Yanni will also fire.
Hits even better.
By just a wee bit.
Isn't Yanni a musician's name?
Yanni, yes.
Okay.
Aren't a lot of names a lot of other people's names?
Probably. Well, Yanni's kind of an odd
So,
one.
and it takes 6 force damage. And Yanni will zip over here.
Who's actually playing Yanni right now?
Do what now?
It sounded like someone was actually playing Yanni.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me. Francis.
Make a death save.
Make a death save. Alright, that is 1 success.
See, he didn't even need my help, despite the fact it would have been more useful.
He's fine.
He's fine, everything's fine.
Everything's good, dog.
The rocky road is leaking out and blocking up the wound.
He's bleeding rainbow sprinkles.
I get the image of us going, oh, he's fine. We like weekend at Bernie's him down the fight.
The thing
When he is
is, his
holding his
blood flow's
arm,
not even
he's-
going that fast. He's cold-blooded. The ice cream slowed down, and the blood flow's staunched just by how cold he is. We're good, guys.
This is fine.
Fucking.
Jade, you're
Everything
up,
will be
and your
okay.
partner is down.
Oh, and Delthanor from Twitch says yes, Yanni's a musician.
Ah, yes.
Which, of course, is as much of a confirmation as anyone in this chat saying Yanni was a musician, but still.
It's more people voicing the opinion, so you know.
Yes, because if enough people voice the opinion, it's correct.
Exactly. Look at
That is how the internet works.
That's how history works after a while. Alright. So, Jade, what are you doing?
I can move in. Like, move in here. Yeah. I'm going to move. Damn. You're so big, I'd drag your ass with me. Over here.
That's a lot of
I'm going to
movement.
shoot.
Yeah, how far was that?
I don't know, I just figured the squares were kind of big.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, you make it there. You can make it right
Okay,
here.
right here?
But one to the left. No, it's still
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
30.
you're good.
Thank you.
That's one full movement.
Yay.
Your enemy,
Square
your,
about 5.
your enemy does, however, get an attack of opportunity on you.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's one swipe of a claw.
Yeah.
And you have
As long as it doesn't roll a
absurd
natural
amount-
20, you'll be fine.
What do you say?
Could you
Nothing.
repeat yourself?
I said, as long as he doesn't roll a natural 20, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Sure.
Does a 17 hit you?
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see, a 1 on the dice, plus 5, 6 points of damage.
Oh, that's not even that bad.
Nah, it's
You'll
a
be
scratch.
fine.
Tis only a
You're-
flesh wound.
Bullshit, 39 hit points.
It was a crit, man. It was a crit.
It was.
After you had failed a con save versus his previous attack.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna shoot it with my sniper rifle.
And
Okay,
I'll
you
heal
won't be
one.
predictable.
So that's an 11.
Yeah.
An 11 does not hit.
Mm.
Hole.
Well, two things I can do right now. Alright, Francis, I will use one of my prime abilities. Congratulations, you're now stabilized. Don't take death saves anymore. Did I cut
Alright.
out again?
It was coming in and out, but I think we could understand you.
You stabilized the lizard child.
So yeah, so he's laying there, still covered in his own blood, but no longer leaking any of it.
Blood and ice cream.
Modified digestive system is a terrifying abomination of the science.
And since I was actually using a most private, I can't do anything else right now, so...
No.
Let's try to at least space us out a bit now, so it's going to be hard to attack all of us. And, take it away.
Okay.
I'm about to take the full wrath of this creature, aren't I?
You
I
and
don't
France. Orbs.
Cat, you're up.
It uses Francis as a melee weapon.
No, it doesn't have reach that way. I'm keeping with polearm because it has reach.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
it. No, I'm saying it uses Francis as a melee weapon, not you.
Okay, and
Those are
Cat did not have
14
the
hit.
aimbots, right?
No.
That's how we could have moved them. Like, firemen.
It was
Then-
Danru, Francis, and Jade that had the
Yeah, yeah,
Aimbot.
that's right. And the only plus you get for buddies being in combat with it is to damage, right? You get like the sneak attack
Wait,
ish stuff.
I think I get advantage if it's flanked. Somebody else back me up on that. Do I or do I not?
You only get advantage if they actively, more or less, they have to sacrifice their attack in order to allow you to get
Eh.
advantage.
I missed them. Too busy trying to blend in with the rock.
And then it's the critter's turn.
I'm really blending in with the rock now.
Let's see. Okay, he's big, but he does not have reach. He's going to take 5, 10, 15. Decisions. He's going to try to gore you, Taylor.
Gross.
Let's
We usually
see.
wait for at least the third encounter before that kind of action.
Hasn't even like taking you out on a date or
Ooh, that's gonna fail miserably, I'm sure. I'm assuming a 13 misses.
It does miss.
So let's see, he can do a gore and 2 claw attacks. So, both claws. One's a 12. One is a 25.
That one hit. That last one catches me.
Yep. You duck and you dive the first 2, and then you kind of move right into the third swing. 9 points
Pull
of
a
damage.
ghost punch. 9 points.
9 points of slashing.
He pulled a ghost punch on me. Where I saw the first one, and then right behind it was a second one. Just didn't see it coming.
Alright.
And while you laugh, that's actually a thing we do in martial arts.
Danru.
Yep. Let's try this one more time. Pole arm swing. It's a 14 hit.
A 14 does not hit.
Well, let's try it with a back end. I'm not gonna hit a dang thing.
It looks very pretty when you swing around your stick, though.
The rest of the party wonders why you're sitting there doing katas when you should be fighting, but you know. It's very nice looking.
Well, who's next?
Adrian.
How much of a drop is this?
About 10 feet.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Parkour!
You probably wouldn't twist an ankle. Probably.
It's only
Mhm.
1d6. Which really, not super realistic. But oh well.
Well, if you drop that far and make an acrobatics check, though, you can negate that, probably.
Yeah, but he doesn't have acrobatics.
Quick,
you see.
negotiate the fact it's a quarry, so it's going to be a ramped 10 feet and not a straight drop. Because we don't build cliffs in quarries. If we can help it.
Well, these guys don't look like they were very professional.
It has handrails, but that's about it. Everything else
Well.
is subpar.
More sprite beaming.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope. And Yanni.
How's that 18 though?
That 18's gonna hit.
Boop.
Alright, so that
The
is.
drone's gonna single-handedly take down the monster. without
And
any
it
armor.
zips over here.
Look, I mean, I'm not hitting it, but I'm still doing my job.
That's true, you're taking the hits. Alright, Francis is go, Francis is out. Jade.
Let's see. I'm gonna use action shirt. Damn it, I can talk. Action surge.
And what does that do?
Gives you one more attack.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I was trying to look over it one more time and try to summarize, but Zach beat me to it.
You get one, I think, one more full action if it's anything like regular action search.
$16.
17, 18. Unless the mod is already added in.
No, I don't think it is on that one. So that is a hit.
It would just be the 10.
Ah.
The 7 would it be if it critted.
Oh, I gotcha. I was trying to figure that out.
Oh,
16 hits.
I think it's like,
Well, it would be 18 again, yeah.
Yep.
Ow.
So those 2 rounds slam into it pretty good. It does not look happy. It starts looking around for who could have done that.
I point to the nearest person.
Cat's like frantically like trying to stealth against the rock wall.
Oh, you're up.
Alright. I will position myself here. Am I still like up against the walls when I'm going for, not on the island
Okay,
above?
that is too far. That would basically be you up on top of the.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out here. I'm just trying to get myself like.
Yeah, like right there, you're just up against the wall. If you wanted to get right here, we could say
anyway.
you were up against the wall.
And I'm blasting it with laser beam, firing my laser. And that is. Get beams. So
A 13 does not.
Alright, but also that's why did it oh, my drone misses too. I was doing that coordinated attack.
Oh, okay. And then it is Cat's turn.
Does 17 hit?
A 17 hits.
Alright. 7 piercing plus death strike. That'd do 12 total. She's gonna stay where she is, frantically trying to blend in with the wall.
13, what is his?
She's not doing really well.
No, not especially.
It's like I shouldn't have worn fluorescents.
But they look so good.
She's doing an excellent job of hiding in the rocks, but she forgot to turn off the lights on her mask.
That and like bright fluorescent like jacket.
Alright.
Got that like running, like reflective running sash on.
I didn't want hunters in these woods to take any shots at me.
Figured they're kind of sparsely populated. Didn't expect anything to have color vision that was gonna hunt us. Granted, that was my bad.
Okay. The creature runs over here.
Attack of opportunity!
You may take it.
Please. Please succeed. 15?
That'd be a 15.
One shy.
Well,
So it needs 60. Gotcha.
Anyway, it runs over here and then leaps up. Onto the wooden walkway.
Does it break?
Breaches.
Absolutely.
So does it just go falling back down again?
Yes.
I would like to take
Jade.
a moment to pause. I would like to take a moment to pause.
I saw that roll.
Yeah. So,
Attack
Zone
of
Defender,
opportunity.
while in your defensive stance, you can make an opportunity attacks without using your reaction. And you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against a creature that moves more than 5 feet while within your reach.
Okay.
To escape my reach, he had to move 10 feet.
Yes, yes.
So I get the second swing.
Alright. Roll your damage for that second swing.
Alright. Now, to finally get to combo things together the way Sentinels are supposed to, it'll do that damage plus, let's see here, 2d8, because I'm going to expend a strike to infuse that strike, or spend a tech slot to infuse that strike.
Okay.
So 2 more d8s of damage.
So
What level of
There we
slot
go.
are you expending?
Level 1.
And it's 2d8 naturally?
If you hit a creature with a melee weapon using your weapon link, which is the weapon I'm using, expend 1 tech slot to deal radiant damage to the target. In addition to the weapon's damage, the extra damage is 2d8 for a rank 1 tech slot, plus 1d8 for each slot higher.
Yeah, but you crit. That's
gonna be
4d8, my man.
That's gonna be a lot more math.
just roll another 2d8.
Oh no.
There. There,
So
I did
29
did
damage.
29 damage to it.
Alright, he's starting to look a little. He's starting to look like he's been in a fight.
Starting to.
That's concerning.
Francis is over here leaking like chocolate syrup.
Alright, he completely fails his saving throw, so he falls back down. Takes a d6 of damage. Jade, roll me a deck save as your platform you're standing on collapses out from under you.
Oh no. I mean, you have +4 to that. Doesn't matter. It's me.
I mean, it looks like she's mostly kind of standing on the rocky area.
No, that's just her back to the rock.
Trying to help here. I was gonna say an advantage, but that really didn't help.
You have a +2 to saves. That's 12.
Oh, nice.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no, not really, no. You fall down
No,
right
that's
next to it. You take a d6 of damage. 6 points of damage.
I'm gonna take a long rest in the bottom of the. We're gonna go back up to Cody's pickup truck and take a long rest.
Mm.
I think after this, I'm ready to go back to the ship.
Get some wraparound bandages. Anime taught us that heals everything.
Like, we're gonna try this again in the morning. It's gonna completely reboot this day.
Anime taught us that and Left 4 Dead. Alright, Danru, you're up.
Man. Let me take a minute. Yeah, I forgot to do a super important thing early on in this fight. Oh well. I'll slap a Slayer's mark on it.
Okay.
It's a bonus action, and I can do it
Uh-huh.
any amount of times, so...
My mark is gone.
Oh, wait, what?
A
Enemies
creature can only be
hit by
marked by
mark.
one thing at a time. So you
Oh,
putting
my
your
bad, dog.
Slayer's... No, you putting your Slayer's mark on it just erase the symbiont mark.
What was your mark doing?
It gave me an extra d6 psychic damage for every hit that I dealt.
I see. That's my bad. From now on, I will not attempt to add additional marks.
That's fine.
You guys will just have to flip a coin.
Yeah, we'll live and
I
learn.
feel bad
for
that
the mark.
on the Slayer's mark, it does not mention that at all, that it would remove other marks.
Yeah, it's an inherent rule into 5e, as a creature can only be marked by a single thing
Okay.
at a time.
That's just the kind of thing you pick up on as you play the game and get more familiar with it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So anyway, what does the Slayer mark do?
It just gives me advantage on any attack rolls against the creature for a minute,
Oh, okay.
or until it drops.
Well, yeah, that's until it drops. Is that your... Usually that was a bonus action, though.
Yeah, bonus action.
Alright, so what are you doing?
My actual action will be, 'cause I cannot actually reach it. Go ahead and be, as I type it in,
Well, you could if you just jumped down. I mean, you know, it's the whole d6 of damage.
Are you
thing.
saying I can? Are you saying you will allow me to reach it with a jump?
If you hop down 5...
You slide down the side of the quarry remainder.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I mean I can get there.
Now, if you just jump, you know, you're going to take a d6 of damage. It just depends on how important it is for you to get there this way.
Well, if he makes his acrobatic check, he will.
Roll that. Oh yeah, let's do that acrobatics check
Okay.
before I go all crazy about this. Cool. I take a d6.
3 points.
All right. And now I swing my glaive.
Okay.
There you
That's a
go.
hit.
Does a 20 hit?
A 20 hits.
9 points.
Okay. Do you get your
And
second?
attempt. Yep. Polar mastery. Attempt to hit it with the back end. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not.
Well, darn. And zone defense back up. And ready to go.
Adrian, you're up.
Well, this thingy just tried to break shit over where he's at, so he's like, no. 5, 10, 15, 20. So come over here. And, okay. That misses. Yanni might have done better.
Is there anything that adds to that 15?
I don't believe so, no.
Then it misses. You're one shy.
Okay.
Ha! Now I don't even feel bad about replacing the mark since you didn't hit.
All right.
Yeah, except yours lasts for a minute, mine lasts for an hour.
If we're fighting this thing for an hour, we
got
done messed up.
problems.
We've
Yeah.
got too many problems. One of which is we are unkillable.
Jade, you're up.
And on the other problem is,
Well, actually, you're laying down.
well, the mark still lasts for an hour while it digests you.
Sit up and attack? Or is that like a whole second turn?
I think you use half movement to get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it halves your movement.
If you do
Yeah, you
try
can
and
still attack.
back away from it, you are probably going to get an attack of opportunity.
Maybe.
And she said if I
Maybe.
It's weird effect.
Yes.
Now, if you spend your entire action, you can make a withdrawal and just walk away without taking the attack. But that's your action for the round.
Get behind me, my child.
That's what she's gonna do.
Full withdraw behind the big man.
Scramble over here.
Not a problem.
Take one more 5-foot step back.
I
There
don't know
you
if she
go.
has that much movement because her movement's cut in half.
Oh, 5, 10, 15. No, 1 to the right and it's 15.
Oh wait, wrong direction. I know my right and left.
Okay, now diagonally down to the left 1.
Wasn't I just there?
Just ping the square that you want her at.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
That way, it has to move 10 feet in my zone of defense to be able to touch you.
Ah.
That means I get a free attack if it wants to go after you.
Thanks, bud.
No problem, pal.
Hole, you're up.
I agree, Cat. Alright, I'll go up the ledge here. And cleanse it with holy fire. Activate the flamethrower.
Okay.
Ah. My dear friend is bringing back the thing that I like that he does.
Okay, and I will. It needs to make, I believe, an agility save. Let me look at that though.
You mean Dex?
Yes.
No, it's agility. It has a 0 stat.
Yep.
You got an 18.
It may be taking half damage. It'll affect something.
Half damage is still some damage, though.
Yeah. It's dexterity saving throw, half damage if it passes. Yeah. Okay.
You gotta love AoE.
No, hold on. This.
Alright, so that's the damage?
No, I clicked the wrong button.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, that was not very impressive.
It's just like a match. Threw it at him.
It's actually just 6 Bic lighters all taped together and thrown.
A bundle of Roman candles.
Okay, that's what I was missing there. That's actually kind of brutal because it's 2d10 plus my engineer level.
Okay.
That's better.
That is a little better.
So half 13.
Oh, that's right. That was supposed to be halved, wasn't it?
Unfortunately,
So 6.5 points of damage.
Yeah.
7 point damage.
All right, it's starting to look kind of rough. I mean, not Francis rough, but kind of rough. Cat, you're up.
Going to shoot it with the gun.
Okay.
13 points of piercing damage.
And it is currently engaged, so I think you get your.
I did that.
Okay, good.
That's what the death strike is.
Alright.
Then she's gonna again try to stealth against the rock.
She does a little better this time.
She's learning. She's like covered herself in dust and gravel.
And then it's its turn. And I really wanted to use its screen this time so I could get Danru and Jade. But y'all have heard it enough that you've taken the fight out of it. It does not wish to be here any longer. So what it does is it double moves to get away.
No.
It hops up here on this particular wide bit, and then hops up here.
And then it gets opportunity attack.
By who?
Yeah, you have to be directly engaged with it.
Oh,
Like,
And it did a full withdrawal.
Yeah.
no, I was talking about Dandra. I thought, or is that Guardian stance only?
Zone defense is only if it moves within my reach. Its first step took it out of reach.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it does a little double move and it's running away.
How fast is it moving?
It's got a speed of 40.
Okay.
The kleptomaniac drone is about to steal a life. The kleptomaniac drone is about to steal a life, isn't it?
That would be awesome.
Yeah, drone is gonna. Yeah.
Drone, go forth and murder.
It misses.
Yeah.
That drone is like carrying a knife. Like,
So Danru got the next move in the turn order,
Yes.
and I guess we're done with fighting, so he will go walk up and
You mess with the drone, you stab him.
good a solid let's see here. Well, oh, I can literally just put in any number I want up to my max. Okay, yeah, I'll pop. Oh, it's gonna be annoying to do the math. I'll go ahead and just pop all 20 points back into Francis.
Alright, Francis, you get 20 points back.
Also, basically, considering the drone has equal speed to this thing, and his reach for his attack is 120 feet, he's going to keep pot-shotting it with the sprite beam till it dies.
It'll get 3 more shots because the drone cannot double move and shoot, correct?
Nah, but the drone's movement speed is 40 feet, so it has an equal movement speed as this thing. So
yeah, but
if
if
it
this
needs
thing
to...
is if this thing is double moving,
Yeah, this thing's making a full move, which is 80 in total.
Uh-huh.
where your drone's making
But-
40 shoot. It
Yeah.
would get it would get a few shots.
In
on
a
it.
range of 120, it'll get 3 more shots.
But
Before-
it is organic, and the drone is not, so the drone can infinitely chase it if it starts getting too far away until it wears itself out.
drone is a murderer.
I mean, how advanced is the scanning on the drone?
It could potentially find somewhere to hide, another tunnel in the water. You know, it doesn't matter. It just runs off. He runs off shooting it. You know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, as far as just the strict numbers go, 3 more shots is the upper limit. And I'm all for you taking them 3 shots.
Yeah, 2 of those hit. Alright, so what are the rest of y'all doing?
Jade's gonna go check on Francis.
Yeah, that's why I came over here. I'm gonna make sure everything's okay.
France is back up and healthier than me.
No, I know. I'm just gonna check on him. I'm alright. I'm alright.
Medical checks just to see, make sure everyone's okay. How's that?
Okay. Yeah, you know, some of the folks are a little beat up.
far as I can tell, they look fine.
Yeah, you know, it's flesh wounds. They'll be fine. Cody's voice comes over your comms. What the crap?
Yeah, right. What the crap, Cody?
Hey, I told you. I just looked this place up. Those critters aren't even supposed to be. Those critters aren't supposed to be around here.
Well, good thing we were here to defend the miners.
They're usually much further south.
Cat kind of like sneaks past everyone that's gonna go down and kind of peek into like that far from the entrance, like kind of peeking. They don't like swarm and nest, do they, Cody?
Boo.
Ah, shit. That is how Cat died.
Cody's like, no.
Screaming in terror.
Best I can remember, they're pretty much solitary. I mean, they meet up to mate every now and then. But then the dude, like, dead beats away, you know. It's just the mother that raises it.
That's terrific, Cody. Does she see anything lurking in the entrance?
No.
Good.
Yes, it's a mirror.
Alright, you're gonna venture on in?
I think we should rest a bit, considering what just happened.
Alright, so you're gonna take a short rest?
Ideally,
Sure.
yes. Get all our abilities back, that sort of thing.
Well, all the ones you get back for a short rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Which means I get my spells back.
And during a short rest, you can expend some of your hit dice to get the hit points back.
Cat used no spell slots, did not get hit. She's just kind of continue to.
So, Andrew and Francis, you can spend your hit dice to get hit points back.
Francis is gonna burn 2 of his hit die.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Oh, I'm
Not bad, not bad. That's got you up to what, 34 or so? Or 32?
30. Yep. Do you want to burn any of your hit die, Miss Half Dead?
Sure.
I guess I'll burn 2 as well.
I'll burn 1, and I think it's back to full now, so...
Wow, that was convenient.
Yep.
That gets me back to full.
Alright, so y'all sit around and rest. You know, it really was just flesh wounds. I mean, other than Francis, but his was healed through Esper power or something. At least a big chunk of it.
He was healed by the spirit of dirt.
So you venture into the quarry, or into the cave at this point, tunnel, whatever.
May as well.
And it is 8:50. Just pointing that out.
Yes. I've actually been keeping up today, so.
Yeah, let's end 20 minutes early so I can get back to Bloodstained.
Oh, did that come out today?
It came out
Yeah.
today.
I heard good things about it.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
It's fine. I have opinions about it.
Oh.
Oh,
Hey, it's this place again.
I thought I had cleared this map off.
Okay. Wait. What's Francis and Jay doing here?
Oopsie.
It's fine, guys. It's fine. Oh god, now we're going.
Ghosts of great plans past.
Seem to have gone.
There should be some drugs here.
We've gone through a temple of portals. I remember seeing the old me here.
Okay. And the critters trying to hide from you completely flubbed that roll. I mean,
Oh.
you know. So the creatures you see are
Francis down there. Oh no.
not quite humanoid.
They're just weird
Imagine-
enough.
Well, I say not quite humanoid. Think of something like, well, I'm blanking on their names now. Not Homo erectus, but like a notch or two down from Homo erectus. You know, something where it's clearly human-ish, but not quite there yet. Still looks kind of ape-like.
Sasquatch.
Homo subsidiary.
You've got something kind of like that. It's, I mean, not specifically human-based. I'm using that as an example, but they are six-limbed, like a lot of the native life forms. You know, they move around like an ape using the back, you know, the back four limbs. You know, with the top limbs.
Like a gorilla centaur or something?
Almost. Much like a gorilla, they could easily, you know, they could clearly raise up and walk on just the back two. But for speed, it's like they drop down. They are armed with spears. They don't have much. They're hairy, but you wouldn't call it fur. And they appear to have a very primitive sort of loincloth.
Were they acting hostile towards us? Because you said they failed their attempts to stay hidden.
Glancing around, you think they have a primitive ambush set up. Give me a perception check to see what all you actually pick up. Perception or insight, whichever you'd rather use.
It's the same for me either way.
I was like, I want to know exactly what these guys are doing.
They're setting an
plotting to
ambush
kill
for the
you.
monster that just left.
I don't see a damn thing.
No, you don't. You're wondering why everybody else is stopped and is looking around.
Well, my passive perception is 13, so I see them. I just don't. I was rolling insight. So.
As Jade walks into my back, I'll go ahead and tell her there are people in ambush.
People.
What?
All right.
Where?
There's things happening?
When did we walk in the cave?
All right,
When did we get on this planet?
Cat, you spot everybody. You know, they're hiding behind this rock or that rock. And pretty much all of you spot that. Let's see, nobody really made an inside roll.
I tried and failed
Yes, you
miserably.
did. Back way over here, in kind of the far corner. You spot a much smaller, clearly a young, kind of peeking around the corner.
She'll point that out. And be like, I think we might have just become
Walk-
homewreckers.
Yeah, we just walked into somebody's house.
How long has this quarry been unused for it to develop a native civilization, and is 10 years enough to be pulling that stuff?
No, but it's been about 15.
Is 15 years long enough to pull this stuff?
You don't
It's
know.
free real estate. Anyway, I recommend if they've got children over here, I recommend we hug the wall. Because they seem to be guarding this area.
No,
right
the
here.
children are over here in the back tunnel.
Okay, I see.
So to go deeper in where you need to go.
Let's
Are
say
they have weapons? Are they pointing any at us?
Yes, all their spears are pointed in your direction. Not like they're getting ready to throw it, but like they're holding them.
Adrian just sort of does the whole. Is this a thing meme as Yanni appears like above his hands like, I could always just send him in and I could look through his eyes, right? You don't even have to step foot in the cave.
Hey, yeah, let's just use the invisible thing.
Yeah.
We just need pictures of the thing, right?
All I need to do is to be able to see whatever's written and I can instantly copy it.
Yep, let's just use the invisible thing.
So y'all just kind of stand there, you send your drone back.
Cat will kind of like step forward and like she probably has a knife on her somewhere. So she's already probably put her guns away and hidden them. Just takes the knife out and puts it down and just kind of makes a show of like I'm not armed.
Prince has his hands in the air.
Adrian just kind of sits against this wall and just goes, but as he just sort of blinks into his drone and is kind of watching it fly around.
Danru doesn't have a weapon out.
I sit here and kind of go more or less in style, just basically showing that I'm not being.
When they realize they've been spotted, they kind of fall back and form a. It's not a real uniform line, but more or less they fall back to about the halfway point and just kind of block stuff off, while they're watching you.
Do they look like they're? Have they made any like communication to each other?
And
you've heard some grunting. They've made some noises. Nothing you specifically recognize as a language.
Okay, and also I will send this data to what's the guys who's actually brought us here? Yeah, the SUV. Cody. I asked Cody, can you give us any information on these people?
What people?
I basically sent them an image of like the guys with the spears.
Those aren't really people.
That seems a bit racist.
They're a sentient being.
Quasi-sentient at best.
They've made crude spears at sentience.
Yeah, they're
tool using. Why do I feel like this is about to be you guys using slave labor?
Oh no! He actually gets kind of offended when you suggest that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of why he was giving Francis a side eye.
Yeah, I mean, these people clearly have a culture of some sort. Hunting and trapping, that's
cats
culture,
hunt.
no matter how
Maybe they don't trap, but yeah. Spiders trap.
No, it's simple fact of combining things into tools and teamwork. That's enough basis to say form of.
They're not supposed to be here.
Question, just like
where are they supposed to be?
Cody, there's about to be a lot of questions, and if any of those are about to get us killed, I want to not ask them.
What? No, no, hey, I don't, no, it ain't something like that. While y'all talking to him, the, Yanni, zips on back, way back in the cavern. As you're passing through, you see, the females and the children are kind of stashed the next chamber over. You don't see anything that looks like cooking fires, which you probably wouldn't in a cave anyway. But you do see where they have some. You don't know what kind of vegetables they grow native on this planet, but it looks like some kind of roots and tubers. They have a store of food here.
Okay.
but they're not sentient.
But anyway,
No, they made clothes and have food storage. They're not sentient.
Cat's gonna go up there and like slap Cody around.
It's not his fault they're here.
anyway, he
Probably.
gets back. You see the big carving.
It now has a wicked ass dinosaur on it.
But
What did Yanni steal?
so it record, so Yanni records, video of everything. In addition to the carvings you have seen, there is some sort of like primitive painting that's been done in this room as well.
Mm-hmm.
They have art, but they're not sentient or anything.
It's more like just the handprints. And just some very crude kind of designs. It's not even as advanced as as the cave paintings that our ancestors or the Neanderthal did.
Mm-hmm.
But they have definitely put marks on the wall.
Okay.
But anyway, you get it all recorded. Well, you'll have to examine it in a bit, but
Yeah.
and then Yanni can zip back or just auto return to you or however you want to do it.
Yeah. After Yanni records everything, like all the images, and takes some recordings of the people, their stuff, technology level, their food, paintings, all that jazz. Basically anything it can get its little grubby camera mitts on. Is there a small little knickknack that is sitting around unattended?
They probably have a shiny rock. There's probably some. You don't see anything like jewelry or anything manufactured or made.
Mm-hmm.
But they might have, a shiny rock, a piece of metal, something they have found that might be a little on the shiny side.
He'll tell Yanni to leave it alone. and Yanni will wart back to him. Well, that's that.
While this is going on, they have gotten a little more aggressive. The noises get a little louder. You get the impression that this standoff is they're getting tense because they don't quite know what's going on.
We got what we need, right? We just need to get the rest of that image.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he recorded everything, including everything they've got too. So their current technological level, some maybe even writing that they might have been doing, painting.
Yeah. If they've done cave painting, they're at least, yeah.
They're very clever talkers in terms of
They're sentient.
problem solving.
They're sentient beings.
They're making tools to make pigment to make paintings. They've got spears, they've got clothing. They're sentient.
And
I have a feeling we're gonna have to beat the crap out of some of the people on this planet.
When nudity becomes an issue, sentience should not be put in question.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And also, did Yanni scout the entirety of the cave system? I'm asking just in case there's anything like the species like there's a center we haven't seen down here.
Yeah, I mean, Yanni would not have come back until the entire area was scouted.
Well, the cave system continues to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like the quarry, the quarry was digging down, and it's like they tapped it. They eventually hit an actual natural cave system.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at these people, do they appear to be like more. What am I trying to say? Like, would they be more likely to be cave dwelling or non-cave dwelling based off of like their eyes? Like, does it look like they are more adapted to living in darker areas?
I think these guys are more than likely just using those places as shelter.
They've got shelter and they've got paintings and they've got agriculture in the cave. If they've got food back there and food stores, and
Well,
You
I
get
don't
the
think
impression.
I think these are more hunter-gatherers, and they're just storing the food, because caves are natural refrigerators in a lot of places.
there's roots and like mushrooms that could be grown in caves.
Yeah.
Mm.
They don't seem to have any trouble moving around in the relative darkness of the cave. But
Well,
they
neither
don't
do
look
most
like they're
of us.
physically adapted particularly. They're not pale. Their spears are made of wood, which you wouldn't get in a cave, So no, you don't get a particular impression that they're, an underground dwelling species or troglodytes or anything like that.
Mm.
Are you sending Yanni to explore? You said Yanni was going to explore the entire cave.
As much as possible
Okay.
until it looked like there was absolutely nothing of interest
Okay.
anymore.
Well, he scans the entire chamber that had the writings.
Uh-huh.
As he continues past there, he eventually comes out of a natural entrance that opens up from a hillside into a wooded area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'll just warp back.
The chamber with the writing is a little closer to that entrance than this entrance.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's all scurry off then.
All right.
Yeah, let's leave these folks alone.
Danner will wait till everyone starts shuffling out and politely bow to the gentle beings we have met, and then begin to leave.
Okay. They do not pursue you. They follow at a distance until you're out of the cave.
Cat doesn't bother picking her knife back up. Doesn't want it to seem aggressive. And it's a knife. She's not really using it.
And with all the knives we've collected over the course of this game,
We have plenty.
Like Ginsu stuff. They're like, pew, pew, pew.
She's left them with a steel knife. Whoever gets it, it's like they're running around with a lightsaber. Modern day.
Yeah.
Your chief has a knife.
Now, to be fair, that may actually help speed up their civilization a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait, this metal stuff, that's what we need to be using.
Well, no, it's just more of like, we now have a specialty tool that makes our other tools faster, that helps us spend less time making those tools, which gives more time for gathering. And
This is a really sharp rock.
it's really just the small additives add up huge over time.
I question, has anyone here seen the gods must be crazy?
Seen the what now?
The gods must be crazy.
I never have. I've seen bits and pieces, but never seen the whole movie.
Because more or less we just gave them the Coke bottle now.
Okay, clearly one of us has got to go take this back to him. All right, so you get back outside. There's a very awkward-looking Cody at the SUV.
Cat just walks right the fuck up.
Danru also walks right the fuck up.
Yeah, he kind of backs around the vehicle. Whoa! Now y'all are coming off as awful aggressive here.
No, Cody. I'm sure you alone have nothing to do with that.
If I was wanting to be aggressive, I would have my gun out.
But we want to know, the fuck was that?
Okay, so those are some native animals to the planet.
They are not
They're
animals.
wearing clothes.
Yeah.
That's a very loose definition of animal.
Well, the science guys are a little up in exactly how they should be classified. I mean,
They've got tools. They've got weapons. They've got art.
hey, you've got
They're like a small civilization.
you've
I'm a
got
Promethean. I'm a total asshole about, what considers to be a civilization.
Well, look now. You got I've read about apes back on Earth that spear fish.
That made pants.
No, they
made
did
art.
not make pants.
Well, those got pants back there.
Those
Pants
guys
are
are
fine,
well
like
on their
culture
way
right
to
there,
making
buddy.
pants.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be really hard with 4 legs, though. But they got a loincloth thing going on.
Let's be honest. If you're
They're wearing
willing to go out-
horse pants.
If you're willing to make pants, you're a quadruped. That's impressive.
Like, they have the concept of they don't want to be nude in front of each other. But anyway, regardless.
Well, they really only go quadrupedal when when they're upset or thinking they may have to run or something. Usually they're upright.
Yeah, but they don't want to be nude.
Yeah, also, the fact that they're upright.
Hey, now my grandmother's got a dog that doesn't like to walk around without a sweater on. So
That's
Does your grandmother's dog make art? Or a spear? Or, like, have protection, with groups?
Look, I'm going to go ahead and jump a few steps on this. Are you corralling them somewhere?
no.
Were they here before you guys?
Well, obviously they were here before these
Well,
guys.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
native.
yeah.
Well, it depends on what you mean by here. They're native to the planet. We didn't think there were any on this continent.
So they were.
Well,
So this entire...
Well, on the same regard, you actually said that bug thing wasn't from here either.
well, that's fair.
So you're strip mining a continent on a planet that is not yet developed.
Okay, we're not strip mining. I mean, we're doing some mining, but we need some resources.
Adrian's gonna just get in the truck. #fall asleep. And he's just gonna jump into the Matrix and start searching everything that he can find on these people.
Give me a computer use roll or whatever. And are you only going to look at what's readily available? Information that they've got out for public consumption.
No.
All right, give me whatever you roll for your hackety stuff.
Cat's like got she's probably shorter than this guy by a good bit, but she's like got her finger all up in there, like.
Let's say he is. First, he's activating his black hat, which will let him bypass systems. Query attribute. 20.
All right. Yeah, security on some of this planet's systems aren't great. Basically, what you discover is these things are they're well on their way to becoming kind of a full-fledged sentient species. Given the tool use you've seen, they're obviously some level of sentient now, but very, very primitive. The information you find that is available to the public on these creatures never shows them wearing the loincloths. It's really just kind of, there's this kind of primate equivalent, the next continent over. Given another few 100,000 years, who knows what they could develop into.
Right.
What you find out is when you hack into some of the less publicly available info is when the planet was originally colonized, they did not think there was an intelligent species. When they found these guys, the colonists were afraid they'd be forced to leave.
Okay.
Now, they did not think they had a method to get from this other continent to the one that the colonists are settled on. So they figured, well, we'll just set up here and we'll just leave them alone. So, you're not finding any evidence of, slave labor. They're not doing anything to these guys. They're just not letting the outside universe know about them.
Right.
But apparently these guys are migrating more than they thought.
Well, the second Adrian gets into the system, he's going to switch off Black Hat, turn on Data Ghost. And he is going to tear every last ounce of data that they don't have publicly available out of the system.
So you're making a copy of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is copying everything, and if he can get a hold of any of their finances, he's going to tear the finances out too.
So you're going to try to bankrupt the planet. Now keep in mind, when I say this information isn't publicly available, even most of the citizens on this planet may not know about this.
Yeah, that's the point. And that's also the point of Data Ghost, is the second he disconnects from the system, all evidence that he was in the system is immediately erased.
Okay.
As if it never existed.
But, let's see, what other information would be useful? Oh, Bubba has very strong opinions about their self-awareness.
Like,
And
I
yes.
like that we're all like horrible criminals. Well, 5 of 6 of us, and we're like, no. We'll murder and we'll steal shit, but we draw the line here.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. We
Look.
abuse people that abuse people. You're just abusing people
Well, like I
that haven't
said.
done shit.
What you get is not
Look,
that they
it's-
had any intention of abusing them. It's just, we got here, we got settled, we've been here a few years. Oh crap, these things we thought were monkeys aren't exactly monkeys.
Yeah.
And then you stayed here, continue to take resources on a continental scale
And proceeds to try to downplay
from
to
beings that
heavily
only
on-
exist on this planet. You're cutting
Yeah,
them off at
it's-
the knees before they can develop.
But anyway,
Yeah, that's
Take
one of
me
the
down.
that's one of the triggers Adrian has, is companies taking advantage of living beings like that.
so basically you know for sure you're diving these guys out as soon as you get out of orbit.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they may get to keep their one settlement. They may get to keep a town, but it's going to have very specific limits.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's
we're coming
probably already intergalactic rules on the protection of sentient species that are underdeveloped.
It varies from place to place how well enforced it is. Given the placement of this planet, yes, there would be some laws they'd have to. It's laws that mostly they seem to already be doing. As far as the whole leaving them alone, except that you're supposed to report this, you're supposed to, they're supposed to be,
Essentially, they found this out and didn't actually tell anybody. That's the main thing they're
Right.
doing.
Yeah, we'll definitely tell them about all the stuff they've hidden. This, though, is something that they do not know that they have traveled the continent, as far as we can tell.
Right. Cody seems to be baffled that these
Right.
guys and the big frog thing was already here.
So, like, that we can, anonymously mention has just been discovered. There has not been time to report it yet.
But
But all the other stuff,
yeah.
we can go ahead and shoot out.
Let's
Not-
see.
Not meaning to like jump in, but it is 10 after 9.
Yeah, we better wrap up here. We'll pick up here. I was hoping to get this planet wrapped up today, but we'll take a few minutes at the beginning of the next session and finish
Hash
up
out
how
the
y'all are
rights of
going
sentient
to chastise these individuals.
Something like that.
I did just buy a
Cat's
crowbar.
gonna take Cody and throw him into the. No.
I mean, Cody probably hasn't had anything to do with it, except for the fact of he's just complacent or complicit in hiding. the
Whatever his
information.
actual job, he clearly knows a little bit more about what's going on here than the general public.
Yeah, he
Not
clearly
necessarily
knew
a
enough
lot,
to go,
but-
oh crap. And
Well, the fact that this is a guy that
He was supposed to at least know what was going on with this cave.
Also, he is taking like secret back alley jobs, so
There's
Yeah.
that. Anyway,
he's as dirty as all of us.
we will finish this up next session. Want to thank everybody that was watching, especially Bubba, who's always the first one here, and Curious Crafts for the raid. We really appreciate that. Let's see. This is Tuesday, so tomorrow night is the showcase. If y'all come back, should be I think the last session of Atlas's D&D mini campaign.
Yeah, I believe this is the last one.
And then Thursday should be Curse of Strahd, I
Curse of
believe.
Strahd.
And then back on Monday with. Is Monday gonna be the last episode of Foundations of Adelar?
Next Monday is the finale of Foundations of Adelar, yeah. Win or lose, because we're fighting the God of Chaos.
Then you must be
Oh,
more
you just have
chaotic.
to tell. You just have to tell him that to win he has to lose, and then you win.
Nah, this apparently God of Chaos is sort of along the whole hellbent of, yo dog, I'm gonna go turn your oceans into blood, and I'm going to literally, like, carve the earth open, and everybody's gonna die. And,
But if
yeah.
everybody dies, that's kind of orderly.
Yeah.
It should be hit or miss. Poser.
Anyway.
But anyway, I also want to thank my players. Again, we had Sarah playing Kat, Taylor playing Danru, Eric playing Adrian, Patrick playing Hull, Zach playing Francis, and Anna playing Jade. And hope everybody had a good time, and we'll be back next week.
See you.
Have a good one.
Bye bye.